Good morning. Let us go for second numerical. Draw the sectional plan and elevation of the core of a single phase transformer with the following details. So in bracket he has given us one limb to be shown. So one limb will be the cut section. So he has not given whether it is a right half section or left half section. So one limb to be shown. Core, 3-stepped core. Diameter of the circumscribing circle 22 centimeters. Distance between core center 35 centimeters. Height of the core 48 centimeters. Height of the yoke 25 centimeters. Show the general arrangement of HV and LV windings, taking suitable diameters for the winding. So in this numerical, so he has given it as a 3-stepped core. Diameter of the circumscribing circle he has given. Distance between the core centers he has given. And this is with respect to the plan. Elevation, height of the core he has given as 48, height of the yoke he has given as 25. So he has not given HV and LV winding details, that is diameters. So you have to assume these values so that it will not cross the distance between core centers, that is more than 35 centimeters. If it crosses more than 35 centimeters, so both windings will be colliding. Okay, so since it must have some distance between the two windings, so whatever the diameters has to be considered from HV and LV must be within 35 centimeters, less than 35. Okay, so now while coming to the solution, so how it will be looking, so how the plan and how the elevation will be taking care, so that we will see with respect to this diagram. So here is the solution for the problem 2. Okay, so since he has given the 3-stepped core, so you can see the yoke height he has given as 25. So similarly at the bottom also it will be having 25. So here is the since it is given as a 3-stepped core, so you can see the 3 steps. So from here up to the left hand, that is this up to here, it will be the width of the largest stamping. Next from here to the other end, width of the smallest stamping B, and width of the small midless stamping, and width of the smallest stamping is C. So this is width of the smallest stamping. So now if you see here, this is the circumscribing circle. So now with respect to the circumscribing circle, width of the largest stamping will be from here to here A. So that we have to calculate. Since it is a 3-stepped core, so A is equal to 0.9 times D. So you will be getting 0.9 into diameter of the circumscribing circle is 22. So 19.8. So similarly B, which is equal to 0.7 into D, 0.7 into 22. So 15.4 centimeters. So similarly calculate what is C. So while calculating all these things, so C you will be getting around 9 point some change. Okay, so now with respect to this, so C which will be forming as the 3-stepped core. So now if you see the diagram, so this is the transformer. I'll go for plan. This is the transformer, this is the uncut section at the left side, and right side it is a cut section. So right half it has been cut. So if I see from the top, I can see all the 3 steps. Okay, so now with respect to all the 3 steps, so I know what is value of A, B and C. So it can be visible from the plan, that is from the top view. And also I can see the circumscribing circle. Next LV winding, next insulation between LV and HV, next HV winding. So that is the duct he has considered here as the oil duct. Okay, so this is the plan. So now if I see towards left side, this is the uncut section. So if I see from the top, I can see all the 3 steps, okay, and the yoke which covers the winding here. So I cannot see any sort of winding which will be coming at this particular portion. So towards the left I can see some circles, so just I can draw only the outer circle. Okay, so this is with respect to the plan when we go for the uncut sectional portion. Next, this is the cut sectional view of the elevation part. So now vertically we will be cutting the transformer. So if I cut vertically, I can see the thickness of LV winding, I can see the thickness of HV winding, I can see the duct, both sides, so towards right as well as the left. So this is up to here, it is a cut section. So this is the uncut section. If I see from the front, I can see this line, I can see this line, I can see the yoke thickness at the top as well as the bottom. So this has to be drawn. So finally, how the diagram will be looking, so you can come here. So this is how the elevation part will be taken into consideration. So I can see the steps. So steps. So the uncut section, I can see only the lines. So here the cut section, I can see the thickness of HV winding, I can see thickness of LV winding, the insulation. So this is the duct between LV and HV winding, and here is the diameter of the circumscribing circle 22, width of the largest stamping as 19.8. Okay, so from here to here it is the height of the core as 48 centimeters. So here the windings are, if he is giving the dimension, I can show the windings, or the fully I can take it as 48 centimeters will be all the windings. Okay, since it is not possible, so some portion can be left for the packing material. Okay, so the winding we cannot cover the full core. Okay, there will be some space, so this gap can be left in the LV as well as the HV winding. Next you can see height of the yoke, from here to here it is the height of the yoke. So similarly at the bottom, this is the height of the yoke, so 25. So overall height of the transformer will be 98 centimeters. Okay, so this is the elevation part, this is what we have to draw, and this is the plan part. So this is what will be drawing in the plan. So you can see the distance between the center to center will be 35. So here if I take the middle, it will be 35 by 2. Okay, so now with respect to this, so since the height of the yoke is different from the width of the largest stamping, so here can be considered to be a rectangle section. So each leg of a single phase quoted transformer carries half of the LV and HV winding. Since he has not given the LV and HV inner layers and outer layers, so inside and outside diameter of LV and HV are suitably assumed. Okay, so now if I go for the AutoCAD and if I draw, so before that please go for the calculation. Okay, so while going for the calculation, so A is equal to 0.9 D, D is 22. So if I go for calculating, you'll be getting it as 19.8 centimeters, and B is equal to 0.7 D. So you'll be getting 0.7 into 22, it is 15.4 centimeters, and C is 0.42 D. So 0.42 D. So you'll be getting around 9.24 centimeters. Okay, so C he has not calculated here, so C will be equal to 9.24 centimeters. So already the values, the formula has been given in the initial class itself, that is width of the largest stamping, width of the lower stamping. So here since it is a 3-step core, A is equal to 0.9 D, B is equal to 0.7 D, and C is equal to 0.42 D. Okay, so since he has given the formulas, so directly we are calculating. Okay, so now if I go for AutoCAD tool, so go for units. So all the dimensions he has given in centimeters, so I'll consider only centimeters. Suppose if he is given in meters, I'll go for meters or millimeters. So go as per the data what he has given. So next limits 0, 0, 500, 500, enter. Next zoom, enter, A, enter. So now first I'll go for the plan, second I'll go for the elevation part. Okay, so now with respect to this, go for circle. So diameter of the circumscribing circle he has given, so click here. So since diameter, so now if I type any value in the command space, specify the radius of the circle. So if I type the direct value, it will take in radius. Since he has given the diameter, type D, enter. So diameter of the circumscribing circle is 22, type 22 and enter. So now we are getting circle as so small, just to zoom in. Okay, so once if you zoom in, I'll get like this. So now I know width of the largest stamping, I know width of the smallest stamping. Okay, so I'll go for rectangle. So I'll click one point here. Now I know the dimension, so specify the other corner. I don't want to specify the other corner, I know the dimension. I'll type D, enter. So now I know the length for rectangle, that is width of the largest stamping. So width of the largest stamping, A is equal to, so how much we were getting? So A is equal to 19 point, go for the problem. So A is equal to 19.8 centimeters. So go for the tool. So length will be 19.8 centimeters, enter. And C, that is width of the smallest stamping, so will be 9.24, enter. So now we will be getting the width of the largest stamping and width of the smallest stamping. So this is from here to here is width of the largest stamping, width of the smallest stamping. So here you can see width of the largest stamping and this will be width of the smallest stamping. So if I rotate this, I'll be getting width of the smallest stamping here. Okay, so now go for AutoCAD. So draw the two diagonal lines on the two corners. So now go for copy, select this, enter, select somewhere place point and copy, paste somewhere here. Now go for rotate, select this object, enter. So rotate this at an angle of 90 degrees. Okay, now go for move command, select this object, enter, select the base point at the midpoint and insert in this picture at the midpoint. So now this is the width of the largest stamping, this is the width of the smallest stamping. So if I go for here, this is the width of the smallest stamping, from here to here it will be width of the largest stamping. Next, so B, if you see in this thing, so almost all sides will be same. Okay, so width of the midless stamping will be all sides, it will be same. So it is 15.4 centimeters. Go for AutoCAD, go for rectangle, click here, go for dimension D, enter. Now, so what is the value of midless stamping? It was 15.4 centimeters. So type length as 15.4 centimeters, enter. Again width as 15.4 centimeters, enter. So now you will be getting a square. Click here, draw a diagonal line. Now go for move command, select this full object, enter, take the midpoint, insert in this picture, come out of the command. Now go for move command, select the full all three steps, enter. Now select the midpoint, so here in the circle you must get the midpoint. Yes, so if I move the cursor, I'll be getting the midpoint. Once if it shows, so click here. So now select all the diagonal lines. So I think all the diagonals are not at the same position. Okay, I'll go for Ctrl Z. Okay, now I'll go for move command. Select the center, select the midpoint. Exactly at the midpoint, you click. Next, width of the largest stamping, go for rectangle, click here, type D, enter, 15.4, enter, 15.4, enter. So I'll be getting a square. Draw two diagonal lines. So now go for move command, select this object, enter, take the midpoint. So insert exactly at the midpoint. So now go for move command, select the full picture, enter, take the midpoint and exactly inside the circle. Click here. Now select out the diagonal lines, delete. So now we have to show the 3 steps. Okay, go for trim command, right click, so trim the lines which are the unwanted lines. So 3 steps has to be shown. So delete the middle lines which are coinciding. So delete these lines. So you can see the 3 step has been framed. Okay, so now since the diameter of the circumscribing circle is 22 centimeters, assume inside diameter of LV winding as 24 centimeters. Okay, so 2 centimeters you can increase, or the assumption can be left to the student. Okay, go for circle. So select this center point of the circle. If I zoom in and if I move the cursor, I'll be getting somewhere center point. Yes. So click the center point here. So now type D, enter, type 24 centimeters as the inside diameter of LV winding. Next, again go for circle. So select the midpoint of the circle, type D, enter. So outer diameter of the LV winding. So let us consider, since I consider as 24, 26, I will go for 27. Next, similarly go for circle, consider the midpoint of the circle, center of the circle, type D, enter. Since I have considered it as 27, so I will go for 20 or 30 centimeters as the inside diameter of HV winding. Next, go for circle, take the center of the circle, type D, enter. So I will go for 33 centimeters as the outer diameter of HV winding. So this completes the windings. Okay, so now with respect to this, so the distance from center to center, either you go towards left or can go towards right. Okay, so the choice is left to you. So I'll take from the center towards right as 35 centimeters. That is distance from center to center, it is 35 centimeters. So type 35, enter. So I'll be getting a line of 35 centimeters. Now draw vertical line. So the same diagram can be mirrored towards right or towards left. So now go for line. Consider the midpoint of this horizontal line. So here is the midpoint. So draw a vertical line at the top as well as the bottom. So there is no distance. So draw just a simple line. Now go for mirror. So there is a mirror tool in the modified toolbar. This is the modified toolbar. Here is the drawing toolbar. So the right side, go for mirror. That is the third option. So go for mirror. So select the full picture what we have drawn at the left side. Enter. Now it is asking specify the first point of the mirror. So specify the first point of the mirror at the top and second point of the mirror. Next, specify the second point of the mirror. Specify the second point of the mirror at the bottom. Click here and say no. Type N. So it is asking erase source object. No, I don't want to erase the source object. So it must be there. Say no and enter. So I'll be getting this picture. So now you delete this vertical line. Okay, so now don't show any sort of windings here presently. Okay, so you can show the windings at towards right section. So since he is telling to show only one limb, so I'll show only the windings at the right half section. Okay, so now even this I'll delete this line. Okay, so if I keep this going for hatching under, it will be disturbing, so delete this. Now go for hatch gradient or hatch command. So I'll go for gradient. So go for indent here. So go for index black color. Say OK. Change this to black color. Just go for select object. So select the first two circles. Enter. Say OK. So this is the insulation part. Next go for hatch command. So go for pattern, go for net. Now go for add select object, add the second and third circle. Enter, say OK. So since it is having less space, so just you double click on the hatch command. So here the scale you will be getting, can increase the scale. So I'll go for 2.5 presently and say OK. Okay, I can see the some bindings here. So still if you want to reduce, you can reduce as 4. Say OK. So it can be reduced. Okay. Next here again I can show the insulation. Okay, so since he has not told whether to show insulation or whether to show the oil ducts, so just we'll see the refer the problem. So whether he is telling to show any oil ducts or just insulation. So following limb. So no, he is not telling to show any oil ducts, but still I'll show the oil ducts here. So insulation, somehow we can do the same gradient here also. So how to draw the oil ducts? So since he has not given the dimensions for the oil ducts, okay, just I'll draw a line from the center of the circle. Just I'll extend. Okay, and now I'll go for offset. Just to give the thickness. Okay, so specify the distance. I'll go for specifying 1 centimeter as the distance. Enter. Now it is telling to offset the object. So I'll select this line and click towards right. Again I'll select this line center. I'll click towards left. So now I'll get a duct thickness. Now we can go for trim command. So right click. So trim this unwanted portion lines. So duct has to be shown here. So you can remove these lines. use the unwanted portion of the lines. So here somehow it covers as the windings, so no need to remove here. So directly here center you can delete this line. Okay, so now go for gradient. So here instead of select object, go for pick point. So vertically whatever the hatching or vertically, if I go for the gradient, please go for pick point. So go for pick point. So select this full portion, enter and say OK. So this is the oil duct. Okay. So now if I want to show n number of oil ducts, say for example if he is giving as 6 ducts, I can go for 6 ducts, or if he is telling as 8 ducts, I can go for 8 ducts. Okay, so I'll assume as 6 ducts. So go for array, enter, or array classic. So instead of rectangle, I'll go for polar. So consider polar array. So now here total number of items, I'll go for 6 oil ducts, 6. So don't change any other data, go for select object. So select this duct including the lines. Okay, enter. Now here angle to be filled 360 degrees, please select the center point of the circle. Okay, so we have to select the midpoint of the circle. So here it will be 360 degrees. So here x and y axis, pick center point. So here pick the center point of the circle here, and now say OK. You can see the picture how it will be looking here. Okay, and say OK. So now all 6 ducts will be framed. Okay, so now while coming to the left side, since the uncut at the portion, if you see here, so yoke covers at the half of its right portion. Here you can see the yoke will be covered. So here I can show only the this steps, and the circles I can show. Okay, so now with respect to this, so draw a line from the step to here, and similarly at the bottom. So after doing this, go for trim command, right click. So trim this unwanted portion. Okay, so now you can select this and you can delete. Okay, got it? So here either it can be like this also, or you can remove certain circles. Okay, you can show the ducts space also here. Okay, so same, you can consider the center of the circle, and you can go for showing the ducts here. Okay, so just I'll go for Control Z. First I'll show the ducts here. Later I cannot get the center point if I delete that. So draw a vertical line. So go for offset. So in the modified toolbar, fourth symbol will be the offset. So type 1, enter, select this, click towards right, again select this, click towards left, go for trim command, right click, trim the unwanted portions. So how many ducts? 6 ducts are there. Go for array, enter, polar array, go for total number of items is 6, go for select the object. So select this object, enter, say select the pick center point, so okay. So if you want to go for gradient, you can go for gradient, go for add pick point, so you can add here. So here I don't want, so here I can add, here I can add, here I can add, enter, say okay. So now go for trim command, right click, so remove this unwanted portions. So this is how your plan will be taken into consideration. Okay. So here he has not shown the windings. So we have shown the windings. Next, so this completes the plan right half inch section. Okay. So now we have to go for the elevation. So to draw this elevation, okay, just some modification. Trim command, here also trim, So to draw the elevation part, so just to draw a line at the above, somewhere near to this picture, some distance, there is no dimension. Okay, so now from here you can see the yoke height, that is 25 centimeters. Next you can see this is the yoke height. Next this is the core height. Next again this is the yoke height. Okay, so that is 25. So from here to here it is 48. So from here to here it is 25. So now go for offset. So specify the offset distance. So I know the value, the distance, that is yoke thickness is 25, type 25, enter. So select this line, click above. So we will be getting a line here. Again similarly go for offset. Again the distance 48 centimeters, type 48, enter. So from this line it is 48. Click at the above, and again go for offset, type 25, enter. So from here it is 25. Come out of the command. So now we have to draw the elevation part. So go for line, extend the line from the outer circle. So I have not shown the windings in the HB, so later I can show. So from here extend the line to the top of the elevation part, that is up to this line. Now go for copy, select this line, enter. Select the base point, it is asking specify the base point. I'll select the base point here itself, so where it has been started. This I'll consider it as the base point. So just click on the other circles, including the stampings. And here comes the mid of the circle up to here. You just copy the lines and come out of the command. Okay, so now this is the yoke part and this is the core part. So while coming to the core part, we have to see what is the LV winding and HV winding thickness. Okay, so now while coming to the yoke part, I cannot see any windings in the yoke. Okay, so only steps I can see in the yoke part. So if you see this picture, okay, I can see only the yoke here. The core will start from here to, that is 48 centimeters what we have taken into consideration. Okay, so now with respect to this, I can see only this line, that is diameter of the circumscribing circle and width of the largest stamping I can see. So that part will show here. Okay, so now with respect to that, I'll go for AutoCAD, go for trim command, right click. So here, this is the center of the circle. Here is the width of the smallest stamping. Here is the middlest stamping. Here is the width of the largest stamping, and here is the circumscribing circle. So now remove these 4 lines. So remove this 4 lines. So in the yoke part, remove the 4 lines, and similarly this is the width of the largest stamping. So you can not see the circumscribing circle also. Okay, so now even this 2 steps I can remove in the yoke. I cannot see here also. So this is the unwanted portion, you can trim. This extra line will be the unwanted portion, you can trim it. So even here it is unwanted portion. So similarly here also we can trim, so keeping only 1 line. Okay, so that is so how many lines has to be trimmed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So trim 5 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remove this. Okay, so now I'll go for windings. So go for hatch command, go for net 3 for HB. So add big point. So this is the HB windings. So directly I'll go for windings. So double click, go for scale, go for 5, say OK. So this is the HB winding. So still it is showing dark. So again go for double click. So go for 10. So OK. So this is my HV winding. Okay. So next comes the duct space. Next go for hatch command. Go for net. So add pick point. So this is your duct, this is your LV winding. Select this, enter. Here go for scale as 10. Say OK. So this is your LV winding. Okay. Next here comes the insulation part. There is go for gradient. Add big point. Select this. Say OK. This is the insulation part, and now I will delete these 2 lines because I cannot see the width of the largest stamping here. Okay, so here also I'll go for selecting all the lines here. Okay. Go for select all the lines, delete. So here again select these 2 lines, delete. Now here go for trim command, right click. This is the unwanted portion. trim this. So here is the unwanted portion, so we can trim here. Okay, so here I have not shown the HV binding. Go for hatch command, go for net 3, go for select object here, enter, say OK. This is your HV binding. Okay, so now the same has to be represented towards here also. Okay, so I'll go for mirror. I'll select the core here, enter. I'll take the first point of the mirror, the center line, say no, enter. So this is the unwanted portion lines, we can delete now. So I'll delete this center line, go for trim command, right click, so trim this unwanted portion. Okay, so now this is your elevation part, that is right half section elevation we have shown. Okay, so you can see this portion. So this up to here we have shown the windings at the right half of the section. So next I have to go for drawing the left half of the section. So if I go for the left half of the section, so I can see the yoke, that is so here I can see this line which covers, so that is nothing but this line at here, and next the steps I can see here, and the outer part, so that is outer circle I can see, so that we have to draw. So here just you extend a line from the outer circle up to top of the yoke, and next go for copy, select this object, enter. Now select the base point, this corner, just you click on the steps. Okay, so don't want this line, click on the steps. So now I'll go for trim command, right click, this is the unwanted portion, remove. So left, this is the unwanted portions that we can remove. Okay, so here I cannot see the yoke, this is the yoke, this is the yoke part, so this I'll trim. Okay, so here is the core part, here also I'll trim. So this is the two steps that can be easily visible. Next, from here you extend a line to here, go for trim command, right click, so trim this portion. So again here you can trim, go for trim. Now select this lines and delete. Okay, so since here the steps I cannot see inside the coil, okay, so even I can go for trimming this, so we have to trim this. Okay, so this completes your diagram. So now we have to show the dimensions. So to show the dimensions, okay, so we have to go for dimension, so go for dimension style, so modify, so points are there, so go for precision. Okay, so text, please increase the text size as 5 centimeters, say okay, and Similarly, if I go for symbols and arrows, I don't want any marks here. I'll go for none. Say OK. Go for set the current and close. So now I'll go for dimension. So linear. So this is the width of the largest stamping. So I can go for width of the largest stamping. So if I want the values inside this, so reduce the text. So go for dimension, dimension style. So modify, go for text. So change the text as 3 or 2.5. Say OK. So set the current and close. So we'll be getting like this. Dimension, linear. So this is width of the midlist stamping. Next, width of the smallest stamping, linear. So this is the width of the smallest stamping. It is 9.24. So still only 3 points is required, 3 floating points. So go for dimension, dimension style, modify. So I'll go for scale as 2 centimeters. So primary units I'll change it only for dividers. Say OK. Set the current. Say close. Okay. So now diameters. Go for dimension. So diameter. This is the first diameter, 22 centimeters. Next diameter, inside diameter 24 centimeters. Dimension, diameter is 27 centimeters. Diameter 30 centimeters. Next diameter 43 centimeters. Next distance from center to center is given as go for linear. So from the center to the center is 35 centimeters. Either you can show at the top or you can show it here as 35 centimeters. Okay. Next, height of the yoke, width of the yoke. So go for dimension, go for linear. So overall height of the transformer is 98 centimeters. Next dimension, linear. Height of the yoke, (25 centimeters). Height of the core, 48 centimeters. Next, height of the yoke is 48 centimeters. Sorry, 25 centimeters. So this completes your diagram. So it will be looking similar to this picture. Okay. So if you have any doubts, please ask later. Okay. So this completes your diagram. So this is what we have to do when it is a cut section. Suppose if it is a full section, so same. So the same picture what we have been drawn here, the same it will be replicated towards the left side. include, which will be showing the both LV, HV as well as all windings, including the insulation. And here also the same, what we have drawn here, it has to be replaced at this point also. Okay, so I'll show one more diagram and I go for three-phase windings, three-phase transformer assembly. Okay, so now go for file, so go for plot, so DWG to PDF, go for A4 size, display window. So now select this picture, say center the plot. So preview, if you want to see, you can see the preview. So it will be looking like this. Okay, say okay. So transformer 4 and desktop says save. If I take the printout, it will be looking like this. Okay, so you can see here while going for the print, so getting the dotteds here. Okay, so here you can increase the size. Okay, so that will you can manage. Okay, so here it is visible the diameters, so that it is, we are getting dotteds. Okay, so here we are getting it as dotteds, so that can be done by increasing your scale. Okay, so there is no worries, increase the dimensions. Okay, so thank you.